Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about one of Gerber's secret multi-tools, and I'll get to it in a minute why I call it secret. But this is going to be the Gerber K3 mini multi-tool. And first, let's talk about size. So when we compare this to the SOG Power Pint, we see that it's definitely a lot shorter, but it's actually going to be wider than the Power Pint. Now when we compare it to the Squirt, it's definitely going to be shorter, but wow, is it almost double the size. So it is a pretty wide mini tool, even though it is, again, called the K3 mini tool. So when we look at the pliers, they do meet fairly well at the end. They do have a very small cutting surface. And then again, I sort of shudder whenever I see the spring because it usually means that it's pretty low quality tool, but this has the spring. So let's go ahead and look at the tools. They are going to be all outside opening. We are going to have a screwdriver here and a bottle opener as well. We're going to have a Phillips driver, which actually doesn't look just too bad. And then we're going to have a very small knife. Then on this side, we're going to have a screwdriver, a very small screwdriver, and then a serrated blade. I think that's what they call it, a serrated blade. I don't think they try to stretch this to a saw. So anyway, it's definitely not a saw, but a serrated blade. Okay, now the plier handles are really grippy, I guess you could say. They almost look like they're supposed to look like G10, but I don't think they are. And then they have these very bright hardware right there as well. Now, on the inside, I'm trying to figure out what this is, but I don't think there's anything stored under here. It's just, I think for design, but it does sort of wobble a little bit. Not sure why, but anyway. So this is the packaging. This is the Gerber K3 mini tool, tactical handle. 8-function multi-tool, spring-load pliers, fine-edge blade, serrated blade, large flat-head driver, medium driver, small driver, bottle opener, small Phillips driver. And then on the back, again, we have guard in. The smoke settles, the line becomes clear between what is good and what is not, guard the good. And then this is really interesting here. We have designed in USA, manufactured in China, and then we have Gerber's website or Gerber's address. So if you type this in, it is going to come up with Gerber, that 142 or 14200 SW Southwest 72nd Avenue. Anyway, Portland, Oregon. So if you look these up, depending, I think if I remember right, D2 is the Guardian. This is considered the Guardian D2, or the Gerber usually is under the K3. Now this is labeled as a Guardian K3, but this, from what I understand, is actually, for a couple months at least, this was Gerber's basic budget line. So not only did they make these multi-tools, but they made knives as well. And they were all supposed to have sort of this green and black tactical look. I don't think this looks extremely tactical, but I guess that's what they were supposed to be. So some of these even came in a set with the multi-tool and the knife. And these were supposed to be the tactical division, the budget tactical division of Gerber. Now, obviously, they didn't do very well because they're not made anymore, I don't believe. I got this one new in the package for $14, so they're very cheap. And when you hold them, they are very cheap as well. Now, a lot of people will say, well, it's Gerber. Gerber is junk. Gerber always does stuff like this. But I guess I sort of look at it, Gerber is sort of like some inventors where they make 1,000 inventions that fail, and then they make one that's really amazing. So with Gerber, they do make a lot of odd products, and a lot of people call them flops, but then every now and again, they make an outstanding product. So I have to say that I sort of give Gerber a pass maybe sometimes, but this tool definitely is not something that is anywhere near even some of Gerber's tools. It's worse than like a mini suspension, or it might. The pliers actually I think are a little bit better than the dime, but otherwise I don't think I can recommend it. So anyway, nice little piece of history. Add this to my collection, Gerber's budget line.